Hey all, welcome back into the video. So the immediate embargo for Sonic Frontiers lifted, and we got our first set of hands-on impressions with the game from the demo at Summer Game Fest. There was another embargo, but I think that's for the cyberspace level. And apparently that's for June 29th. I'm not sure I'll be able to cover that or not because I have some real life situation going on around that time. But maybe when I get settled, I'll cover it then. But until then, let's get to it. So, first off, we're going to have an interview with Takahashi Iizuka that he did with Eurogamer. This is about the reception to the initial gameplay footage. It's backlash that Sonic Team was at least prepared for. They knew people were going to start watching videos of the game and not be able to play it. Tells the fan response, we're showing them this new open zone format. They still don't even understand what open zone is. They were curious about what kind of feedback there would be, and they do understand the comments are coming in, because they don't know what open zone is and what this new open zone gameplay is supposed to be. They're taking a look at the gameplay and comparing it to other games that are already out there. We understand that people are going to do that as we look to the future, being able to explain more as we get closer. From here on until the launch of the game, we have many opportunities to teach people what it is, what this game really is about, and not having them think about comparing it to what exists already out there, but being able to look at the game for what it is and enjoy it for what it is. Yeah, that makes sense because there was the obvious comparisons to Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, among other open world games. So, anyway, he continues. What is it exactly? For Iizuka, it's the foundation of the future of the Sonic series and the biggest step forward it's made since 1998 Sonic Adventure. Historically, we've had the original Sonic Adventure, which was 2D, then the Sonic Adventure, which was the series' first 3D format, then up to now. So basically, first gen would be Sonic Adventure, then there would be, Sonic Hedgehog 1, excuse me, then Sonic Adventure, then this. So anyway. But the development team and I started thinking we have to do something from here on out to continue innovating and bringing something new to our fans. We need to take that next step. Open Zone can be read as open world easily enough, and Frontiers does bear a lot of the hallmarks of the modern game, with skill trees on luck paths plus collectibles tucked away. Part of that's where the friction comes from. It does feel mighty odd playing a Sonic game where enemies have health mirrors to be whittled down, but that's part of its own flavor. It feels odd, but ultimately once you spend time tinkering around with it, it does feel like Sonic, but as it turns out, it took Sonic teams to actually some trial and error. Back in 2017, after Sonic Forces was released, after the game was done, the team said, alright, what's the next title we're going to make? Because we had the idea we needed to make something new, different format, because it's been 5 years since 2017, but we really wanted to spend a lot of time to iterate and create this new format. The initial attempts at an open world game didn't work out, and the team had to return to the drawing board. We played in testing, and we thought, this isn't working, something's not right. It probably was disastrous, possibly, or just didn't work with Sonic, so they had to scrap it, throw it all away, start again. It keep iterating. It took much longer, Usually when we're making a Sonic game, we're going to make something based on the previous format. Because ever since Sonic Unleashed, Sega has really used the boost formula, because it was Sonic Unleashed 2008. Then there was Sonic Colors in 2010, I think, for the Wii. And then there was Sonic Generations for the 360 and PS3. Then there was Sonic Lost World for the Wii U. I don't think they used the boost formula though. That was the exception, not the rule. Then 2017 was Sonic Forces. I don't count Sonic Boom because Sonic Team didn't actually make that one. Because Big Red Button made that one, if you remember. Anyway, back to the topic. So, make based on the previous format, so I can just roll right. We know where we're going to make it, but it's this iteration that we needed to get this. Style format took a few years, which is why it took a lot longer to get this brand new tile than it usually does. The end result is the open zone, so it's a lot more fun to play. The initial review might have suggested. The basic free roam is fine. There's a fiddly camera, but on the flip side, the new moveset makes the simple process of sprinting from one point to another more engaging than other 3D entries. While the platforming sections act like bolted on pieces of furniture, as classic Sonic grind rails and loops transposed over the landscape, it feels incongruous at first. I probably said that wrong, but anyway, but slowly makes sense. And there's a prospect as you progress that furniture gradually builds up, it potentially making away from the stark backdrops that have housed their early reveals. Anyway, continuing on with this article, and we're thinking about making an open zone game. At the very beginning, it was like what's it going to mean? We had to figure out, okay, we're going to make an island. We're going to put Sonic on there. He's going to run. It's going to be great, but it doesn't feel Sonic enough. It doesn't feel true to a Sonic game, so we need to put platform elements in the game. Alright, if we're going to make this a hot mess of platform all over the place, you're going to walk in there, and it's like, I don't even know what the hell is going on. We had to do a lot of balance to figure out how we get the platform in there and not have it be overwhelming. The answer that came to as you're playing the game, the world opens up as you complete things and new reels come in. You experience the island kind of transform into this bigger and bigger playground, which doesn't really feel Sonic-y in some ways, showing people this opens up format. That explains like the puzzles and all that. So 30 minutes in Sonic Frontiers Company was enough to convince that despite clear technical shortcomings, it has potential. And after the not-so-great forces at the depressing return to form after the highest Sonic Mania, that's an understatement. It's certainly a more inspired approach. There's no getting away from those rough edges, both in the visuals and the world itself. Though does Azuka perhaps think they showed up too early? Yes. We're getting towards the end of the development of the game. We are in debug. We're right now making sure everything's getting where it needs to be to get ready for submissions, and we have been doing a lot of playtests on our target audience. That confirms. You remember all those 4chan leaks that kept saying they were doing a lot of playtests? Well, this confirms it. We're having them come in and play the game, and the feedback that we're getting is actually really positive, which makes us believe we need to get this game in the hands of more people so they can play it and feel it and express this format is. Hey, do a public demo, Sega. So maybe like August or something. Make this demo available for the public. And how much polishing exactly is there left to do? The team really is working on finishing everything and finalize up a work that needs to get it done. They're working long nights in Tokyo right now trying to get us to that point, so we're pretty close to end right now, aka they're crunching. Unfortunately, but it is what it is. Anyway, given the clear technical shortcomings of the demo, it's a small surprise to learn that Sonic Frontiers is so far along in development already, although it's already been pushed back once. Internally, it's clearly not been plain sailing behind the scenes. Perhaps the rough cut being first as a show was pulled from early on, and the finished product will benefit from the polish that comes during the last big months of a big game like this. Yeah, so it looks like so far so good, I guess. So obviously it depends on where they're at now, but it seems like they're in polish mode. Seems like the game is pretty much done. They're just now in the polishing phases. It sounds like, getting the game ready for submission. So, all right, now we're gonna go on the hands-on impressions from PC Gamer. If you're a Sonic Hedgehog fan by the time you read this, highly likely already developed a possibly strong opinion. That's an understatement. The upcoming open world game starring everyone's favorite hedgehog and his friends. There's only so much we could say about roughly 45 minutes we played at Summer Game Fest, but the bits we can't talk about, stay with me on this, sure feel like a spin on Elden Ring. Whoa, that's an interesting take. Let's see, now let's read what they actually have to say though. The demo opens with Sonic emerging from a portal some kind on a dreary, rain-swept system of cliffs and meadows dotted with mysterious stone ruins. Sonic is instructed in accordance with tradition to seek out the Chaos Emeralds, at which point he's free to roam, or at least free to experience a series of onboarding tutorials that teach fundamentals of traversal and combat. During my session, I select the Fast Controls option, which Sonic Frontiers say is designed for players familiar with Sonic games. Oh, like myself, of course. I played my fair share of Sonic 3, so and for that reason, obviously, that would be a scheme for me. This is a bit foolhardy as it turns out. Oh, playing shows is never ideal. There's added stress to not look dumb while playing. The devs tend to be on hand if you want to be asking questions. You probably just played 5 strange indie games that bend your brain fascinated with immediately before saying that I didn't get to check it's a slower option, but the fast controls in Sonic Frontiers gets very fast. As I could expect from a Sonic game, because you're supposed to be going blazing fast. He's the world's fastest hedgehog for a reason. So So anyway, continuing. Still, criticism of Frontiers over appearing to be empty world falls wide off the mark. The slice of overworld I played at Summer Game Fest feels well calibrated to his moment. In fact, I found myself too frequently interested in some obstacle course or collectible I've noticed off to the side to get as much of a good sustained zip going for very long. The demo includes 2 minor boss fights, and it's here that I get the chance to click with Frontier's combat. It's pretty simple. Locking on an enemy will change Sonic's focus so he moves relative to that enemy, just like in Souls. Tapping X will have him execute a quick attack that snaps right to the enemy in focus. The trick tends to be to time him so not get swatted when you go for a strike. The attack also snaps Sonic towards nearby bumpers and lifts, which will send him soaring across huge gaps or up cliff faces as the case may be. Sonic can also use it on various floating items in the world that allow him to leapfrog across distant platforms or complete puzzles. So, aka, they're describing the homing attack. So it sounds like they haven't played much of Sonic, at least in the 3D space. So there you go. So anyway, as Sonic explores and defeats enemies, he'll earn skill shots to eventually unlock new tools and abilities, such as leaving a glowing trail with his footsteps, sprint across a group of enemies, and once Sonic has completed the loop, he'll strike everything, which is that loop. That's how I was able to beat the second boss, which works like a wirelink Jenga tower made of saw blades. Lock on, run to avoid missiles, draw a loop, strike. The bottom section of the tower is bashed. After 3 rounds of doing this, I have shortened the nasty bot enough to jump up and strike its head. This skill can also be used to unite elements of a puzzle, often with skill shards, rings, or even open up new areas, and that was just the first skill on the tree. There's a complicated embargo to observe regarding the demo. I kind of elaborated that at the beginning of the video. I can't share everything I saw during the time plan. It's already a divisive game, and I'm sure it'll continue to be in the lead up to release. I'll say this though, even playing under less than ideal conditions, such as having to use an alien PlayStation controlled Xbox on-screen button prompts. Again, he plays on PC, so, what the website he works for. A bit of jankiness, a small taste of Sonic Frontiers left me interested in seeing more, and this strange and gloomy overworld is just one reason for that. Well, it sounds like they had a good time with the game despite the technical issues with the game. It seems like it's a little janky, but again, it's a game that's still in development, obviously. So anyway, we got one more interview. So another interview with Takahashi Iizuka, because this is actually a response about, you remember that hashtag Delay Frontiers that was going on Twitter when the first gameplay showed up? Well, this is their response to it. Here we go. Delay Sonic Frontiers was briefly trending on Twitter earlier this month after many fans took to social media platform to vent their disappointment over their first videos. Like I just said, as part of an upcoming interview, Iizuka asked what he thought of the mixed reaction. It's not really that surprising. We do realize everyone's just reacting to the videos that they saw, and because they don't understand what this new gameplay is, they're kind of comparing to other games that they already know. Obviously, the most common, like, Breath of the Wild, or basically any open world games that exist today, pretty much at this point. Oh, so we do see a lot of people saying, oh, it's kind of like this, it's kind of like that, but it's not like this, not like that. And really, the team is going out creating this new game format, and we're going to open zone. Obviously, a play on the, on the Sonic formula, obviously. And this new game system itself is something that doesn't really exist in any other title. So we really hope that from here until launch, we can really explain what it is. He added, people come to Gamescom or Tokyo Game Show. Oh, there you go. So if you travel to those conventions, you can play the game for yourself and get that hands-on experience to play the game and understand what the game is. Because right now, we're just kind of watching videos of people reacting to what they believe the game is. So, and after we get these interviews and everything, I have 2 new gameplay clips that makes the game look a hell of a lot better than the IGN video you've been seeing is. So, anyway, continuing on. However, Iizuka claimed that it wasn't an issue. It was regarding to the hashtag, because the development team are happy with the game. Frontiers is in development right now. Actually, we've been doing a lot of playtesting with target audience who would be in that demographic, someone who plays Sonic game and enjoy it. From our playtesting results, we've been iterating, we have been listening to comments that come back, but we've also been getting a lot of great feedback from people who rate the game are like, I had a lot of fun playing this game. I'd give it 80 or 90 points, score out of 10. Or out of 100, I mean. So, we do feel that we're getting to the point where this game is done and people will like it. We do want to get that into our games fans as soon as possible. And I don't have the screenshots of it, but they did say, essentially, that if they were to delay the game again, it would not be because of the fan feedback. So, based on the other impressions I've seen, there's actually some new screenshots, so we'll take a look at those. Oh, and finally, to finish this review, we really feel confident that playtest results were getting. A lot of people are saying they had a lot of fun, but so we realized that a lot of people watching the videos online make assumptions, but we do feel confident based on the playtest results from the demographic that are coming in and playing the game start to finish. They really like the game, they're confident they're making a game that'll be satisfying. So, if our development team all gets coronavirus or a hospitalized or something that actually prohibits us from being able to deliver the game, we need more time. So basically, if, shit hits the fan like another pandemic or whatever, they'll delay the game again, of course. But we're working right now, our team in Japan are really very hard to make sure this holiday people can buy the game, pick it up, take it home, have a fun experience with it. Oh, sounds good. Now let's get to the screenshots like I mentioned before. So, it looks like Sonic is taking on some kind of boss. I think we've seen attack like that before. So, I think in that tease, if you remember. So, and I say it looks pretty freaking awesome. So it looks like it could be tricky. So with how long the blades are. Anyway, next up, we got this one. This must be that tower that that has been talked about in that PC Gamer article. So, and looks like you kind of take it out from the bottom and you'll make your way up. So, next up, and we have another screenshot of just another environment. So, and I gotta say, and you can see some ruins in the background, like loops and all that. So, and I gotta say, like, so far, like, these are looking a hell of a lot better. So, anyway, next up, we have this, which looks like Sonic is completing some kind of puzzle. So, obviously, that obviously location, obviously revealing more on the map, as they've talked about before. Next up, we have this, which is a better look at one of those weird looking robots, and wow, I really like the freaking designs of these robots in this game. It's so foreign, it is so out there. Like, for a Sonic game, maybe the last time we've seen robots like so foreign, it was maybe Sonic 06, maybe. I'm trying to think of like other foreign robots, but that's like the only one that really comes into my head at the moment in terms of like how so out there they are in terms of design. And we got one more screenshot, which is at nighttime, and like this game just looks gorgeous. It looks really gorgeous. I wonder if that's ray tracing or if that's SSR, as you can see on the reflection of the water. I'm gonna guess SSR, but I could be totally wrong on that one. So, anyway, to wrap this video up, before getting to a conclusion, we have 2 new gameplay clips to go over. I will show you. So let's get to that. First one's a boss battle. So let's get to it.
Use the gear as you have done before.
Okay, that reveal at the end. Who was that? Was it that AI girl we've been hearing about in leaks? So, and apparently she's not the one. Oh, good. If that's truly the case, oh god, they're avoiding that typical cliche, that people would be expecting from a Sonic game nowadays. So, good to know. So, we got another, one final gameplay clip to go over. So let's take a look. Okay, so yeah, like those 2 gameplay clips alone showcase the game in a much better light than IGN ever did. So in both gameplay clips, so because the game looks like a lot of fun, as people who played the game have actually said. So yeah, I'm very interested in this game, even more so now after seeing all these impressions. So it sounds like if they delay the game again, it won't be because of fan feedback. So it sounds like it would be an entirely different reason, like something, crap hits the fan, or some other reason, like another coronavirus outbreak or something like that. So, anyway, so at the end of the day, so I think this game could has a lot of potential, like I said before. But so, what do you guys think of all this? Let me know down in the comment section below. If you like the video, hit the like button, helps out the channel, and comment down again what you think, and consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss any more videos. And I'll see y'all later.